Oh yeah, buddy. This is a 370 BR Montana High Country middle bonus room. Some people are going to call it a bunkhouse, but it's a flexible floor plan that can be and do anything you want it to be and do. That's the cool part about it. Comes in 11,890 pounds, which I'm not going to call an ultralight, but in this class is about 2,000 to 2,500 pounds less than similar floor plans from other manufacturers. So these, in a sense, can be considered the ultralights of their class. 2 years after they were created, Montana became the #1 selling fifth wheel, period. The last 3 years, they got sniped by their little brother Cougar in terms of overall sales, but they've, in their class, maintained their #1 selling sales record. And things like this, like you can see the drop-down I-beam frame here, this huge, monstrously large drop frame storage. And to give you an idea, I can just sit down. I mean, I can just sit down in this pass-through storage. It's that big. You know, this is non-carpeted flooring, so you're not going to have that mildewy stuff going on. Outside TV hookups. And this thing is all aluminum framed. That's what's nice about it. The whole darn thing's aluminum framed. We have laminated sidewalls with a gorgeous high gloss skin, laminated floor. And again, that is roughly the same type of construction you see in ultralight RVs. This is just basically a much bigger version. However, this has something ultralights don't really have, and that is insulation. This has the same insulation package as its big brother Montana proper here in the High Country series. This is, you know, just all thriller, no filler. Everything that matters, nothing that doesn't, and maybe just a little bit more. They're very jazzed up within their class. We have a fully automotive painted nose cap up here, and Keystone actually expanded to have their own paint shop. So they can control all their own paint work. That's something that I like. There's not one person responsible for one thing and a paint shop responsible for something else. Keystone claims responsibility for 100% of this. That's what I enjoy about it. There's accountability. Now, look at your slide out walls real close. You see this really rough skin texture. That's what pulls these seals super taut, so that you get a very clean seal inside and out. And again, look at the skin on this. In its class, it has one of the just snazziest looking exteriors. The opposite side, the door side of this RV had magnetic baggage door latches. Don't know if you'd noticed that. They were flipped all the way up. This side, you couldn't quite do that because we do have the slide out sticking out here, but they strut the door so you don't have to hold it open. And this shows you here your fully enclosed heated docking center. Back here, there's actually you know, heating to the back side of that. This has a very, again, heavy-duty insulation package, fully enclosed, insulated forced air heated belly, insulated, you know, ceilings, insulated nose cap. Everything is what it's supposed to be. This is the defining characteristic of this RV right here, is this middle bonus room. Some people call it a bunkhouse. Again, I call it a bonus room because it can be so many different things. It can be an extended living room. It can be all kinds of stuff. We'll get into that when we get inside. Sweet looking wheels. And I tell you, when these things are rolling, that little curvature that they got there, it looks, I don't know, man. It just looks cool. Looks like helicopter blades spinning you down the road, flying you toward excitement. Standard suspension on this is better than industry standard. This is a CRE 3000 rubber shock dampener. That's compression rubber equalization, CRE. Long story short, in English, what does that do? Helps keep the RV from doing this. It helps keep the RV from doing this, and it helps keep you and your vehicle from doing this constantly, from getting jounced around like crazy. What else? Oh, automatic leveling, of course. So you push a button, it levels itself, so that just couldn't be any simpler and easier. Being a fun family bunkhouse, you've got the handy cargo rack on the back here so that you can load up the kids' bikes, extra coolers, all that stuff. Truly full walk-on roofing. That's just the construction of this is absolutely not a concern. You don't achieve such a huge sales record by having bad construction. You know, one thing I need to expand on my earlier conversation, I said how Montana in their class had been the #1 or maintained the #1, even though Cougar overall sniped them for total numbers. This year, Montana's back on top. At the time of this filming, this is the #1 selling brand of fifth wheels in the country, period. Period. Oh my gosh, that's a huge statement, guys. This is the champion of champions. It's awesome. Now, stuff like this, for these dollars and cents at this price point, you don't usually get 4 entry steps. You'll get triples. Again, Montana takes it another step above. Now, here's a nice thing I like. I don't know how well this translates to video, but they use residential height doors, and they're wider. So a tall goofball like me, I can actually just walk in and out of the thing. The Montana rep that we have is actually bigger, taller, and wider than me. And that's one of the things he likes, is that he doesn't have to duck going in and out of his own, you know, RVs every day. Friction hinge door, so that it doesn't slam against the side of the trailer. Check that out. That way, oops, you don't have to worry about, you know, wind whipping up and smashing things. Now, normally right when you walk in, you would have a private docking center. Because of the positioning of the bonus room on this one, the docking center is just one step over. But again, you've got your porch, awning, patio lights, all your slide buttons, everything right here. You know, your awning, all that stuff is right here where it's easy to see. Now, what I like is you've got backlit stuff for the things that aren't visible. Like, you don't need to have a backlit switch for your living room lights because, duh, you can see them. But the awning lights, you can't necessarily see from inside, so you can look at that to make sure that you can see it. And of course, there are awning lights. By the way, another nice thing, I like a coat closet right when you walk in the door. That's just smarter to me. One thing I want to mention is there is some optional equipment present in this video, and something as simple as the, you know, fabric decor and color scheme in here could be different on the one we have in stock. So if at any time you want to see how much one of these things are with its specific set of equipment, how we built it, links, tank capacities, weights, all that. I leave you a link down here in the video description. Click for price and availability. That'll take you straight to our website where you can see exactly what we have in stock, what we're asking for, how it's built, all the specs and features and everything. Now, we've got a ton to cover here, so I got to start moving quickly. The dual opposing living room super slides is what makes this thing just look and feel so enormous inside. Now, what's nice is these are 6.5 foot tall to that ceiling panel. They are tall person friendly. Even with a hat and a tall guy like me, I'm still very comfortable to be able to stand in these things. Now, that middle bonus room is what makes this possible, because previously bunkhouse fifth wheels just had bad living rooms. They just couldn't have big living rooms because the bunks ate too much space. Then all of a sudden somebody goes, what if we just kind of put the sleeping space here in the middle of the RV? And all of a sudden the light bulb went on. Oh, that opens up everything for a huge living room that we already build every single day. So it's just really smart that way. Everything on this is touched. That's what I like. Every square inch of this thing is combed, it's dressed, it's pressed. You've got, I mean, you see the little LED backlight above the cabinetry there. That's also a perfect nightlight, by the way. If someone's sleeping on your hide-a-bed, that is perfect. So there's a skylight up here. I drew the shade so that the camera didn't get eaten up by it. But you'll also notice up here we have a max air power vent fan. Now what's really cool is you have a wall control switch for that. You can open it, close it, turn it on, off right there. You don't have to be 10 foot tall or use a broom handle. But you know what you're not seeing? Like, you see that residential ceiling fan to give you airflow, but you don't see an air conditioner. That's because these have a quiet cool system. You've got your 15,000 BTU air up there with a quiet cool centrally ducted system. That means you're only going to hear about 10% of the sound of that AC, and that is a real number. They say, you know, 60% of statistics are made up 90% of the time. That's a real one. There's actually been work done behind that with decibel meters and things. Now, generally speaking, we're going to equip these with the second AC up in the bedroom that is ducted. So this has a 28,500 BTU AC system, not to mention a heavy-duty insulation package, so that, you know, spring, summer, fall, winter, you should be fine in this thing. Now, they put a larger residential size microwave in here, so if you feel like you want to put a big convection in, you absolutely can. 12 cubic foot, 4-door gas electric fridge and freezer. And that, to me, is what defines this as an RV that goes and not sits. Residential refrigerators are not good for towing down the road. These are made for that. So if you're a family that moves, that goes, this is the one. This is the perfect RV for you. And you're not going to have to settle for poor entertainment options. Case in point, I don't care if you're sitting across from the TV at this gorgeous theater seat or sitting here at the hide-a-bed. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can flip this TV around to go anywhere you want. And when you do that, you realize, holy cow, there's all kinds of storage back here. They left you a big open pocket back there. You can use it for DVDs, use it for anything. And then you start looking and you go, oh my gosh, it's even bigger. You know, there's your DVD system right there. We've got a Bluetooth soundbar below. You know, but everything is dressed up exactly as it needs to be. Electric space heating fireplace. That's an electric space heater but it looks like a fireplace to make you feel a little more at home. You can use it for heat, so you don't have to burn up your propane, which is sweet, but you can also just use it for visual aesthetics. You don't necessarily have to crank the heat up on that. As I alluded earlier, this is a hide-bed. Now, something I like is there's a light switch back there, light switches here. Everything has its own little switch. Also, you may have noticed outside you can't see in these windows. They're like pitch black, but you want to really blot out the sun. These have, slow rise roller shades that are just absolutely fantastic. Both sides of this hide-a-bed have stands with little power outlets to charge phones or something. If the kids want to play their Pokemon Go, they can, have the, phone charging there. If you let them do that on your campsite. Depends. Everyone's different. As I mentioned earlier, wall-hugging theater recliners, so that you can just really sit down and have a nice plush space. And again, that taller, slide height is everything. And here's something bunkhouses don't have: a load of windows. But again, this isn't necessarily a bunkhouse. This can be used for a lot of different reasons. Freestanding table over there is fantastic. It gives you a more comfortable seating arrangement, and you can always extend the little leaf on there to give you comfortable seating for 6, maybe 7 if you put an extra chair on the front of this thing here. The kitchen, it doesn't look huge, but it's 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. We already talked about the big refrigerator over here. Now, a taller slide leaves room for a few things. Bigger microwave with storage above, so you've got bonus storage overhead here that a lot of others may not have. The stove has been recessed, and what that allows them to do is give you more counter space, but notice again the attention to detail with things like that, the appliance outlets. Now, that's like a perfect place right down there for like your big cooking pans and stones and whatnot, like for pizzas and things. You've got extra storage below the oven where a lot of brands don't. Every square inch of the counter space back here is storage. You've got all kinds of drawer space. They even build right in a place for a wastebasket, even including the wastebasket. And notice in the kitchen here, we've got all solid surface counters. We've got undermounted, stainless sinks. Everything's the way it's supposed to be. It's Montana level, pull-out sprayer faucet. And again, you don't have to be 10 foot tall to get to that vent fan up there. You can operate that right from the kitchen area. So the campsite cook can sit right here. They have everything blocked and partitioned off with 100% access to easy storage that's literally never any more than 1 step away. That's awesome. The middle room here, the bonus room, if you will. You walk right in. Once again, everything just has 1 switch lighting. We've got an overhead bunk that can fold down when you need it, fold up when you don't. It could always just be storage. This is a fold-down little jackknife-style sofa. So during the day, you just have a nice lounge. At night, you can always fold it down into an extra sleeping space. But when you're sitting here, check this out. This could be a mobile office. It could be the man cave, depending on, your situation. You've got great storage. You've got awesome entertainment. They even swing arm mounted that thing. Amazing overhead storage. This doesn't look like a bunkhouse because it's not necessarily a bunkhouse. This is a convertible flex space that can be and do anything you want. Remember, if you want this to be a mobile office, again, you're all set for that. That's actually one of the most common uses of these middle bonus rooms is a person who's like, man, I'm tired of hotels. I live on the road for my business, and I don't want to sleep in hotels anymore. Now, right when you walk in, carpetless, and you have easy access up to the bathroom, and notice triple steps with a little anti-slip strips so that if you're wearing your socks, you're not going to take a spill. Even building in the handle to get up the steps safely. If this isn't built in at the factory level, that means they may not have reinforced the wall because this is a laminated wall. There's not necessarily studs to tap into like you're used to in residential construction. That's what's nice about this. Now look at this bathroom door. It is so super cool the way it swings and recesses in so that when you're coming up the stairs, you don't have to walk backwards down the stairs to get into it. It is so cool. So we've got a nicer porcelain foot flush stool. You see the beautiful linen space over here. This is a big ticket item for me, is having a place to put towels in the bathroom. Over here we've got a larger sink that mom and dad can actually put their hands in. You don't have to have little kid hands. Now, between all the mirrors, the bright white light getting reflected off the shower enclosure, the skylight, the vent fan up here, I don't even have the lights on in here, and I don't think you need to. But what's cool again, I say construction's not a concern on these. A one-piece seamless molded shower enclosure. It's self-reinforced. Now, what I'm about to show you, I was actually demonstrated by the shower enclosure manufacturer itself. So don't have a heart attack. This is, you know, absolutely acceptable behavior. If you want to know how well one of these things is built, ask yourself if you can do that in Brand X's fifth wheel. That's impressive stuff to me. That is something I really like. And they're even including a little seat here so that if you need to sit down to bathe or anything like that, you are covered. Moving up to mom and dad, or grandpa and grandma, potentially as front master room once again. Ah, let there be light. You know, one switch and we have everything we need. This is a true king bed, 70 by 80 true king. That's an option. I tell you what though, we're going to be hard pressed to bring one in stock without that on there. That's probably something we're always going to stick to. Cross breeze windows on both sides of the bed, stands for your phone chargers and CPAPs, even built-in little charging ports for your phones and residential outlets nearby for your CPAPs and stuff. Remember, when you get a second AC from the factory level, it is going to be centralized, and I am able to walk around in this bedroom pretty comfortably, not a problem. So you've got front wall-to-wall, 8-foot wide storage over here, and this is really sharp. Now, this is washer-dryer prepped. You see that over here. I believe this is, yeah, looking at this looks like a split setup. So you're going to have the washer over there, the dryer over there. So they're not stackable, but you can still put separate washer and dryers in here. You don't have to use a combo-matic. I love the very almost Asian-style mirrored sliding wardrobe doors here. There's, I don't know if it's Asian or Western. I don't know what it is about it. Something about it just strikes me as just a titch left to center, and I'm really liking it. Big window here for cross breeze and light, and all that light's going to get reflected around this mirror. And this little boot bench slash you know, laundry hamper thing here, that is a staple of the Montana family. That's something they've done for years, and I've had people say it all the time. There's not a lot in here that's necessarily earth-shatteringly different. It's the touches. It's the little touches that make Montana just a true superstar in their class, you know. The bedroom TV up here can even pivot around to give you the absolute perfect viewing at bedtime. You know, you've got a big dresser space down here. You've got extra outlets everywhere to charge everything. Everything that matters is here. And then they go above and beyond with stuff like the smarter bathroom door so that you don't have to walk backwards down your steps. With things like the split washer dryer setup so you don't have to try to tackle a stackable. That rhymed. Sort of. Anyway, you know, like you walk right in the door, bang, we can get to the bonus room. It's just everything in this is so simple. Everything is so smart, and it's just really dialed in, and super pumped to be able to offer this to you guys because, like I said, this is a rock star. Absolute rock star. Montana's are legends in the business, and it's for good reason. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of other really nice RVs out there, but there's a reason, guys, a lot of reasons. This is the #1 and has been and will continue to be. So give us a call to learn more. We do hitching, we do pieces, parts, financing, brake controls, trades. You want this on your campsite? We'll deliver it to your campsite, to your driveway. I don't care where you live. We have a sharp pencil. So if you live in Florida, California, Texas, Iowa, or everything in between, we will put this in your driveway. And chances are, save you money. But you literally have nothing to lose by calling to get a quote. If you don't call us, I don't want to hear that you didn't get a good deal. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.